Inside the Classroom takes an in-depth look at one of Team Hardin County Schools' best teachers in action, featuring comments, class instruction, and insight inside the classroom.
I became a teacher because I've always loved working with children. I have a passion for learning, and I want to make a positive impact on my community, and I feel like through my kids I can even make a positive impact on the world. We're going to go ahead and start our grammar lesson today. Our objective is to apply rules to make singular nouns plural. But here's what I want you to do first. We need a little review. We've been out of school for a little while on our snowcation. What's the difference between a singular noun and a plural noun?
I wouldn't know.
I'm going to give you some think time. Think about what you want to say. If your hand's up, you can keep it up. We have singular nouns and plural nouns, but what's the difference? I want you to talk with your partner, okay? Before you talk with your partner, hold on. Decide who's going to talk first. If your partner says the same thing you were going to say before you get to say it, just say, I agree. If they say something you don't agree with, say, I disagree because. And then show me what to do when you're finished cheering. You guys are awesome. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
This is your partner. What's the difference between plural nouns and singular nouns? Do you agree with that? Okay. Do you have anything to add? Two really special teachers in my life inspired me to teach. The first one is Mr. Steve Wertham. He taught at Parkway. I was a third grader in his class, and he just made learning so fun. He had a lot of competition in his classrooms, and he was the first teacher who ever gave me candy for getting an answer right. So I'll always remember Mr. Wertham gave me my first Jolly Rancher. And then my second inspiration, just as important as the first, Ms. Becky Schroeder, my fourth grade teacher, who I had actually here at Meadowview. And she was just always so excited to be at school, and I always loved to read, but she read aloud some really great literature in fourth grade, which just, motivated me to keep on reading and to keep on exploring other authors. I need to know what your partner said. Get ready? Gabe, what did your partner say? What did Chris say? What's the difference between plural nouns and singular nouns?
He said a noun singular has one word, like then it's like cow, and then you put plural, you would put cows.
Ooh, nice example too. All right, so he said singular means one, plural means more than one. If you put an S on the end of cow, it becomes cows. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
I need to see everyone. Agree or disagree? All right, well, Chris, Ethan, agree or disagree? Do you agree with what Gabe said? Okay. Chris, why don't you erase the center of the circle and see what the difference is, see if you're correct.
Please tell me you were right. Yes, we're right. Yes, just click it once.
Singular noun is one, a plural noun is more than one. And then it says, can you think of an example of each? And we already have an example, cow and cows. Share real quick with the partner one singular noun and then the plural noun that goes with it. Go ahead. I want you to say that, okay? Nice. Yes, that's right.
Mrs. Kristina Gonzales is so effective because she loves her kids, and the students know they feel loved. She is very nurturing. Her classrooms are exciting, and they have fun.
Pig and pigs, all right? Jolene, you had a very interesting example. Will you give me your example?
Not all words like need an ending, like woman and
Okay, so she's saying that not all words, you don't have to put an S on all of them to make them plural, because then we have those special cases, right? Okay. So men, and what's the singular? Of man, good, okay. In this lesson, students are reviewing and learning rules about making singular nouns plural. So we will play a game called Find Someone Who. It's a Kagan strategy that gets the kids up and moving, and it has them working with partners to complete a sheet. And then we'll do some other roles and practice those as well. Oh, you know what? We're gonna do an activity, Find Someone Who, but we need to be reminded of what the rule is for adding es. So when do you add an es to a noun to make it plural? I'm gonna give you some think time. You don't add es all the time. Okay, talk with your partner. If you're not sure, just say, I'm not sure, okay? Are you finished with those?
One of the things that Ms. Gonzales uses is positive discipline, positive behavior enforcement. Again, she is very nurturing. Her students know that she cares, and they act like they're supposed to in her class.
I'm so glad we're doing this review because some things that I heard are not exactly correct, which is okay. I'm proud of you guys for trying, okay? When do you add an es? Now, Dakota was exactly right. He told me you add an es to make things plural, which is exactly right, Dakota. But we need to find a specific example of when we add es. Sarah, what do you think?
Couch.
Okay, couch. And then when we add the es, what does it become?
Couches.
Couches. How do you know you're supposed to add an es to couch?
If you add an S, it'll be couch.
Yeah, it'll be like that. Couch. That doesn't make sense.
If you add an ES, it'll be couches.
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. Does someone have anything to add to Sarah's idea? Sarah, were you calling someone to add to that? What'd you say? Pig and pigs. Let's see. Let's see if that looks right.
Piggies.
Does it look right? Does it look right? No, it doesn't look right. So we wouldn't add it to there. Sarah, Sarah is on the right track. I'm going to give you guys a clue. It's all about how the word ends. It's all about how it ends.
Ms. Gonzales keeps on encouraging us to keep doing better.
Gavin, what do you think?
If it ends with an S, you put ES, but if it ends with an E, you put S.
Ooh, what's a word that ends with an S? Can you think of one that we would put an ES on? All right. I'm going to go ahead and show you the rule. And when you see it, you're going to say, oh, I remember now. When a word ends in X, CH, S, SH, or Z, that's when you add an ES, okay? Foxes, good. That's a great example. Fox, it ends in what, guys?
X.
It ends in an X, so it follows the rule, okay?
Ms. Gonzales, she whatever she does, every time I answer a question for her, she says good job or she gives me a good compliment.
When you find someone who, you're going to get a paper, you're going to write your name at the top of your paper, okay? When I say go, you ready, Gavin? When I say go, you're going to stand up, you're going to push your chair in with your pencil and your paper in hand, okay? And then you're going to put your hand up, and then you're going to find a partner, switch papers. You choose one to do on theirs, put your initials, and then switch papers back, and then put your hand up again.
Ms. Gonzales, well, she makes it fun by, well, she does science school, like she makes experiments with us. Like one time we were trying to do like a little float slider, and we tried more books to see how far it would go down and how far fast it would because of the friction. And that's how she makes it fun.
Buses is one of those special words where it could be either way. So yes, you could double that S or you could leave it like that. Either way is correct. Good thinking, Jolene.
Ms. Gonzales makes my learning fun because she does games like pair up, hand up, pair up sometimes, and it's super fun for me.
If you did not get finished, it's okay for you to finish the ones that aren't finished, okay? If there are some that you don't agree with, it is okay for you to change them. since we did have some trouble with this, I do want you to change your answers if they're incorrect. Buzz ends with what, guys?
Buzzes.
It ends with an ES. Why? Somebody raise your hand and tell me. Why is buzz buzzes when it's plural, Elijah? Because it ends in a Z. It follows that rule, okay? So if you don't have buzzes, you need to change yours to buzzes, okay? Crash becomes what, everybody?
Crashes.
Crashes. What does it end with?
SH.
SH, that's right. It follows our rule, okay? What about computer? How do we make that plural? Somebody raise your hand for this one. Barrett, how do we make computer into computers? Why not an ES? Because it ends with an R. It does not end with an SH, CH, and X. In order to reach everyone's needs, the first thing I always do is get to know my students. Building a relationship that's positive and warm is essential for them to retain their learning and then also to stay engaged in learning. So I give my kids interest inventories at the beginning of the year to find out what their interests are, what they might be involved in outside of school. That way I have something to kind of connect with them. And then we also do learning styles inventory because I need to know how the kids learn. And so usually that lets me know, if I need to have a lot of movement, a lot of partner share, just anything that I can do to keep them engaged. Hero. Anybody surprised about hero and heroes?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you surprised, Gabe?
Because one of heroes is one of my spelling words.
But why are you surprised that it ends with an ES?
Because when I'm with my spelling words, it only has an S.
Okay.
And I'm like,
I'll
why is
check
there
that.
And I'm like, why is there an ES in this one instead of S?
Okay, all right.
I'm
Jolene?
confused.
Okay.
I was surprised because hero doesn't even follow the rule.
It doesn't follow the rule. So guess what? We found a rule breaker. Sometimes that happens. Now we are going to learn some rules about words that end in O, okay? So just for now, it's okay if you got it wrong, no big deal. Go ahead and add an ES to hero, okay?
Mrs. Gonzales enhances our staff after school because she serves as a mentor to several of our teachers. She has served in the past. She never complains. She's always willing to help, and she never says no. She also works with Camp Invention over the summer outside of the school.
We got book. We added S for book to make it books. Dish becomes what? Dishes.
She encouraged me to learn to reading, and she sometimes after school, like touring, we go to her classroom and we learn some new things that I never learned before.
Bird becomes what? Sandwich becomes?
Sandwiches.
Car becomes?
Car.
Balloon becomes? Bus becomes?
Buses.
And apple becomes?
Apple.
All right.
I like doing science, and I like small group because small groups you can interact with other people. Like in flip chart, you have a partner to help you with something.
Man, I need you to stand up. I need you to stand up, please. I need you to do 20 jumping jacks and then sit down. Okay, we're going to go on to what's my rule. So I'm going to show you some new rules. I need for you to put this in your homeschool folder while I get this slide up, please.
I enjoy listening to Miss Gonzales' good voice because she's a good teacher.
Look at the board. I have 3 words. Okay, I have their singular forms and I have their plural forms. Repeat after me. Knife.
Knife.
Wife.
Wife.
Life.
Life.
Okay, I want you to pay attention to how those are made into plurals to determine the rule. So this is a new rule. We're moving on from ES and S. Don't talk about it yet. Hold on. Don't talk about it yet. Hold on. I want everybody to have some time to think.
So I like to do the reading activities.
All right, I want you to talk to your partners. What is your idea about the rule? Go ahead and talk to your partners, please.
I enjoy doing Chromebooks because when we have free time, we can get on like cool math games and Starfall and all that. That's really fun.
Dominic, what did you and Sarah discuss? I know Sarah, right away, she thought she knew the rule. What did you guys talk about?
She said that when a word ends with F-E, you take it away and put a V-E-S.
Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay, Sarah, go erase inside that rectangle and see if it's correct.
Ms. Gonzales gives us harder problems each day to encourage us to get better and better at reading.
Great minds think alike, I'll tell you that. All right, so when a word ends with F-E, you change the F-E to a V-E-S. Nice job. The greatest joy in the classroom would be for me is to see growth in students throughout the year and have a positive impact on them and hopefully that carries on to them having a positive impact on others around them. So I enjoy being an adult that students like and that they feel they can come talk to and joke around with, but at the same time respect. Here we have elf. Repeat after me. Elf.
Elf.
Thief.
Thief.
Loaf.
Loaf.
All right, what's the rule? When a words end in F, don't talk yet, think. You'll have to make a comparison.
Mrs. Gonzales is our Excel nominee because she is a very giving teacher. She's very devoted. We love our teachers who are committed to our students here at Meadowview, and Mrs. Gonzales is pretty much the epitome of that. She's positive, prepared, and productive all the time.
Now you can talk to your partners.
Ms. Gonzales makes learning fun by doing Chromebooks, clipping up and clipping down and being good.
Done already?
Yeah.
Okay, be patient, let everybody else talk too, okay? Teachers are so important because they really are shaping our future. Teachers have a big responsibility to not only teach content, but social habits, to be a good role model. Right. Oh, look at all these thumbs letting me know you're finished talking. I appreciate that. Aiden, what did you and Elijah and Eric talk about?
When you take off the F, you add the S.
All right, so it's kind of like our other one, right? Okay, so when the word ends in an F, you take off the F and add V-E-S. Why don't you erase that and see if that's correct? Teachers teach kids how to have healthy and effective communication. And sometimes teachers are the only positive adults in a child's life. So it's important that students have at least one person that they know that they can go to and that believes in them. All right, when a word ends in F, change the F to a V-E-S. Nice job. All right.
Mrs. Gonzales will be remembered because she is loving, she's kind, she's caring, and she's fun. And the students will always remember those teachers who made them feel good.
Okay, last one. Okay, repeat after me. Cliff.
Cliff.
Puff.
Puff.
Skiff.
Skiff.
A skiff is a small boat. Okay. Okay, think about what the rule is. Don't talk yet.
I remember Miss Gonzales because she's awesome and cool.
Go ahead and talk to your partners. Are you talking to Ethan? All right, go ahead, Gab.
I think if there's two S at the end, you add an S.
If there's two F's at the end, you add an S. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
All right, go erase that and see if it's correct.
I'll remember her because I'm going to move in a few days and I'm going to remember her, and she said she's going to remember me because she's the best teacher I've known before.
All right, you guys were exactly right. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Nice job, nice job.
I will remember Miss Gonzales because she's the best teacher.
We're going to practice this. You need to have your eyes up here so that you can see how we're going to practice this. I'm going to give you a word search, but this is not just any word search. The words that you have to find are the plural version of these verbs, or these nouns, I'm sorry. So all of these are singular, okay? You have chief, bluff, scarf, shelf, okay? The way you figure out what the plural is you will use the rules, or you can find them in here and then spell them correctly down here.
I remember Miss Gonzales because, well, third grade's fun and, well, she just makes it funner.
So here's an example. The word shelf is not going to be in the puzzle, but what's the plural form of shelf? If you know it, you can say it in 3, 2, 1.
Shelves.
Shelves. So when you look up here, you're going to have to find the word shelves, okay? So, and you also have to write it.
I think the best thing about Miss Gonzales is she is always willing to help anyone, student or adult. She's always here, and again, she's very committed and dedicated.
Here's an example. I see one right here, elves. What's the singular form of elves? If you know it, you can say it in 3, 2, 1. What's one?
Elf.
Elf, okay? So you would circle this, and then go down to elf, let's see, right here, and then write the correct spelling, okay? You have a choice. Oh, look, I see shelves right here. Oh man, I need to stop. I'm gonna give you guys all the answers, okay? Whatever you find though, you have to write it down. Spelling counts, okay? I'll put the rules up here, that way you can refer to them as you're working. You may work independently, you may work with a partner, or you may work in a trio. I'm honored to be this year's Meadowview nominee for Excel. As a teacher, I work really hard, and I know everyone in this building works just as hard, so I accept it on behalf of them as well.